and candy corn, all things that your kids will likely have in their bags when they get home from trick-or-treating. But be careful, because this could give them a toothache and cavities. Dr. David Wong joining us live this morning. He is a dentist from Midtown. Thank you for coming in. I hate to even tell you that when I was a kid, I used to get the pillowcases, and my goal was to get the entire thing filled up. You're cringing right now, right?
I am.
You're talking, you're like, how many cavities do you have, Ann, right? So what can parents do? Because kids want to go out door to door. So any advice for parents and what kind of treats their kids should eat tomorrow night?
Well, one thing I like to remind everybody is that Halloween comes around one time a year. Let's not be ignorant. Let's let our kids have their fun. They're going to have their candy. There are some things that we can definitely do to help them out, though. One of the biggest tips that I can help parents with is that it's not so much how much candy that their kids are getting. It's really the frequency. So rather than just dole out, one or two little pieces here and there as rewards, like some parents do, just let them take it all in and eat it all at once. It's better to do that and to have them, take one or two pieces every, 30 minutes or whatever, because that's actually doing more harm than just letting them have their whole candy bar and just eating it all at once.
What about brushing their teeth right afterwards? Or, I don't know if this is just a myth, chewing sugar-free gum right afterwards. Does that help at all?
It really doesn't help all that much at all. The only thing I can think of that it would help with is getting the saliva going and helping flush things out. But really, sugar-free gum is, you want it sugar-free, of course, because you don't want the sugar coating your teeth. But as far as good oral hygiene habits, you definitely want to brush right after candy or right after any meal, because brushing your teeth is just like washing your hands. You don't do it just twice a day like what the rumor is out there. You really need to do it on an as-needed basis. So as your teeth get dirty, just like as your hands get dirty, that's when you really need to brush.
We have some of those tips that you just mentioned right there on our screen right now. And I would imagine, when the kids come home, the parents tend to steal from their kids.
Absolutely.
Same rules apply for parents as well.
Absolutely. Parents are actually probably worse than their kids. At least their kids we can police our kids' sugar intake. But for parents, I actually brought a few props here. We're actually worse than they are. One of the two biggest things that I want to go over is, when I brought a little candy basket here around Halloween. What I see a lot of parents do is they'll keep one of these baskets on their desk at work, or if you work at the bank, it's always on the counter. And the worst thing that I see is that they're always taking a piece when a customer comes in or when a customer leaves. Well, they're not really thinking about that, because those aren't really calories that we are really aware of. Well, that's just that's coating our teeth with sugar the whole time, and that's a bad habit. The other bad habit is, I just picked this up on the store on my way to get $2 a gallon gas, but these big gulps, we don't have a 7-Eleven in Tulsa, so I feel comfortable saying that. But I see parents and adults just walking in with these big, gigantic beverages, and what they're doing is they're just sipping these throughout the day, and then at lunch they refill it and go. And I know these things are only a buck or whatever, but the harm that it's doing to your teeth on a day in, day out basis can really get costly when it comes to your dental bill.
And you say the same thing for the new vitamin waters, are all the rage these days.
Oh yeah, there's a big marketing campaign right now where you're seeing products like Propel and vitamin water. And the great thing about these, when these things first came out, they were like the next greatest thing, because they're fortified with vitamins and they're really good for you, especially if you work out. If you look at the marketing, it's even called Fit Water. The bad thing, what most people don't realize, is that these things are also filled with sugar. Vitamin water is actually the worst. We talked at the break that this has actually over 3 teaspoons of sugar in this one little bottle.
And so if you're working out, and whether it's an hour or 2 hours, you go home, you rush, you take a shower, the sugar is sitting on your teeth entire time.
The sugar is sitting on your teeth, and if you're working out, you're actually looking for complex carbohydrates anyway. You're not looking for the simple sugars that that are in some of these flavored drinks.
Doc, we could spend hours talking to you. Thank you so much for coming in. We are running out of time. You know what I love the best, though? He's a dentist, and you can't even imagine how much candy he brought in. All of this candy. It's probably your kids' candy that you want them not to eat, right?
Absolutely. I stole it from them this morning before they woke up.
Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. By the way, if you want to see this interview again, just go to our website. It's fox23.com. Just click on Daybreak.